Welcome to China. Hello, everyone. My name is Tori Reddick. Today, I will be presenting to you background information on China and its culture. This information will assist you in gaining more knowledge and a better understanding of China prior to your business trip. First, I will discuss China's population. China's ethnic groups. China's population is 1,384,688,986. The population consists of Han Chinese, which is 91.6% of the population, Zhuang, which is 1.3%, and other, which is 7.1%. The Chinese government officially recognizes 56 ethnic groups. Religions in China. Historically, China practiced two religions for over 2,000 years. Those religions were Buddhism and Taoism. However, today China is more diverse when it comes to religions. Catholicism, Buddhism, Islam, Protestant, Daoism, and folk religion are religions that are also practiced throughout China as displayed on the map. With that being said, freedom doesn't come free. A house church was shut down for operating outside of the state's control in September of this year, forcing members to hear the sermons only on their cell phones. This is part of a comprehensive war against religion, Pastor Jin Mingri said in an interview. The Communist Party has begun to see religion as a competitor. It's not just Protestant, but also Catholicism, Buddhism, and Islam. They want all of us to pledge our loyalty to the party. The motive is to influence its citizens to practice the ways of the Chinese culture and eliminate Western influence. The Chinese government. This is an example of communism. The Chinese Communist Party has ruled the country since 1949, tolerating no opposition and often dealing brutally with dissent. The Politburo is a group of members that makes decisions for the country. The personal relationships that leaders establish is what's paramount to their success. Relationships determine influence that they will have as well as power. China's geographic location. China is located in Southeast Asia along the coastline of the Pacific Ocean. China is the world's third largest country by area, after Russia and Canada, with an area of 9.6 million square kilometers and a coastline of 18,000 kilometers. China's landscape consists of deserts, mountains, plateaus, and forests. Interesting facts about China. One-third of China's land area is made up of mountains. The tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest, sits on the border between China and Nepal. Gert Hofstede. I will be discussing Gert Hofstede's cultural dimensions model. This model will be used to compare China's culture with American culture. I will discuss how these country scores influence their communication, motivation, and teamwork when working together. However, first I would like to provide background information on how Hofstede's model was developed. Hofstede conducted a consulting project for IBM and later decided to reinterpret his findings in terms of how IBM employees in different countries responded to the survey questions. Based on the data Hofstede received from his research, he developed six cultural dimensions that can relate or distinguish countries. Those cultural dimensions are uncertainty avoidance, power distance, indulgence, masculinity, individualism, and long-term orientation. When comparing China and the US according to the Hofstede model, both countries differ significantly when it comes to each dimension except masculinity. Here's how. Power distance is related to inequality among individuals within a culture that is accepted. China scored 80, which is high in power distance, which means that it's widely accepted that power is shared unequally. However, the US scored 40, which is low in power distance, which means that power is distributed more equally. Communication can be affected by the difference between the two countries related to power distance because Chinese leaders may be unwilling to solicit or accept input from Americans, especially if none of them are leaders, when it comes to decision making. This, as you can imagine, would affect teamwork because it's not considered a team if everyone's feedback isn't valued and respected. Americans may also lack motivation when working with Chinese if they don't feel empowered. Individualism. Individualism is when people of a society are responsible for themselves and their family. Unlike collectivism, where groups are established and the people in those groups are taken care of and gives their loyalty in return. China scored 20, which is low in individualism, and the US scored 91, which is high, which means that China is a collectivist country and the US is an individualist country. Communication between Chinese and Americans could be affected when working together because Chinese would rather have informal communication first, then have formal communication. However, Americans would prefer formal communication initially, and if things go well, then they would possibly engage in informal communication. The problem with this is Chinese are reluctant to speak on any business matters without establishing a personal relationship first. Although this may be difficult to do, it's necessary to conduct business with them. Teamwork could be affected because Chinese value relationships and want to meet the needs and desires of the team, but Americans are more focused on achieving their own personal goals and satisfying their needs and desires. If Chinese and Americans don't find some common ground to make everyone happy, then one group may not be motivated to work together as a team. Masculine Masculinity. Masculine is when people are motivated by their own personal success. On the contrary, feminine culture is when people are motivated by helping others and improving the quality of life. China scored 66 in masculinity, and the US scored 62 in masculinity, both high. Chinese and Americans are both selfish, meaning they both are out for themselves. This may prevent them from working together as a team and sharing common goals. There may be more conflict with communicating, however, they both may be motivated to fulfill their own desires. Uncertainty avoidance. Uncertainty avoidance is the way people feel about the unknown and taking risks. China scored 30 in this area, which is low, and the US scored 46, which is also low. The two results are pretty close, which means there might not be much of a difference. So when it comes to taking risks, both countries may be open to taking chances when it comes to business opportunities, although they are uncertain of the outcome. Long-term orientation. Long-term orientation is the way countries are connected to their past while facing things during the present and future. China scored 87, which is high, and the US scored 26, which is low. So Americans are normative, which is traditional, barely saves for the future, and wants fast results. The Chinese is opposite. The Chinese are opposite. Since Chinese and Americans are different in this area, it will be challenging for them to work as a team when it comes to decision making, communicating, and goal setting. Indulgence. Indulgence is the ability to control one's desires and actions. China scored 24, which is low, meaning they do very well at restraining themselves. The US scored 68, which is high, meaning they're likely to satisfy their own desires. These results affect Chinese and Americans working together as a team because they may have conflict communicating and respecting each other and doing what's best for everyone collectively. Based on my analysis, Americans distribute power equally, embrace uncertainty, and prefer to take risks. They are individualistic, masculine, indulgent, and short term oriented. China's culture is collectivistic, masculine, restrained, and long term oriented. Chinese distribute power unequally, embrace uncertainty, and are willing to take risks. With this information, I was able to determine how these differences and similarities affected communication, teamwork, and motivation between Chinese and Americans using the Hofstede model. From the biblical perspective, when we speak of individualism and collectivism, Philippians 2:4 says, "Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." Uncertainty avoidance is when people fear the unknown. However, Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." That means no matter what we fail to know or comprehend, we must depend on God in every situation to lead us because he knows all things. Indulgence refers to controlling one's desires. Proverbs 25:28 says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." After viewing this presentation, I hope you have acquired more knowledge about China and its culture and use that information to establish relationships with Chinese and effectively work to achieve business goals. Thank you.